Welcome back. My name is Patrick. This is the Fanatic Rundown. The Edmonton Oilers have done it. Down and out, 3-2 heading into Game 6. They play their two best games of the series in Game 6 and Game 7. A 2-0 shutout victory over the Los Angeles Kings tonight to officially clinch the series. And what a series it was. The LA Kings have a hell of a lot to be proud of. I believe it was 11 players that came into this series who had zero playoff experience, and they gave the Edmonton Oilers everything they could handle in this series. Philip Deneau, Alex Iafallo, Trevor Moore, Jonathan Quick, obviously. The Kings put on a hell of a challenge for the Oilers. My prediction going into this series was the Oilers in 5 games. I wasn't predicting the Oilers were going to wipe the floor with the Kings. I thought all 5 of those games would be close, and it turned out to be a series I don't think very many people expected. The scores were kind of all over the place. The Oilers had a 6-0 and 8-2 victory. The Kings came back with a 4-0 victory of their own, probably their most dominant of the series. A couple of the games were 1 goal, 2 goals, so really widespread overall scoring-wise throughout the series. We knew the Oilers were the more offensive team coming into this series, and they certainly scored the most goals overall. The Oilers end up outscoring the Kings 27-17 in the series, but both goaltenders were excellent. Mike Smith with 2 shutouts in the series, Jonathan Quick with a shutout of his own. Both goaltenders gave their team a chance to win every single night, so hell of a performance from both of those guys, especially Mike Smith tonight picking up his second shutout of the series, but Jonathan Quick also amazing tonight. He made some incredible saves for the Kings to keep them in this hockey game. It was a 1-goal game for the vast majority of the time, and that is especially thanks to Jonathan Quick and an amazing performance on his part. We, of course, have to talk about Leon Draisaitl tonight. Despite a hell of a performance from Mike Smith in net, Connor McDavid just throwing this team on his back, getting the job done tonight. I'm going to give tonight's player of the game to Leon Draisaitl. He had to be in pain all night long, played over 20 minutes, but he fought through it. He was there for his team, picked up an assist tonight, and he helps the Oilers secure a 2-0 victory and win Game 7. So Leon Draisaitl, my player of the game tonight. Play of the game tonight obviously goes to Connor McDavid. That second goal, fights his way up the ice, comes back from around the net, doesn't quit in front, ultimately buries it over the top of Jonathan Quick. 2-0 Oilers, and that helps to secure the victory tonight. Cody Ceci had the first goal of the night for the Oilers. Connor McDavid, a beautiful feed from behind the net. Ceci buries it short side on Quick to give the Oilers the 1-0 lead. It ends up being the winning goal of the hockey game. So Connor McDavid assists on the opening goal, scores the second goal of the night, and he was just incredible. Connor McDavid proving why he is the best hockey player in the world right now. Like I said, threw the team on his back, got the job done. The Oilers were heading into Game 6, down 3-2, but Connor McDavid and the other big guns on this team, Leon Draisaitl, Evander Kane, Darnell Nurse, suspended in Game 6, but comes back with a hell of a game tonight in Game 7. The Oilers, when it mattered most, were at their best. You could say the Kings were the better team for the majority of this series, but when it came down to it, Game 6, Game 7, the clinching games of this series, the Oilers rose to the challenge, outscore the Kings 6-2, take Game 6 in Los Angeles, use that home ice advantage to their advantage, and take Game 7 in front of a thrilled crowd. The Edmonton Oilers advancing to the second round for the first time since 2017 when they took down the San Jose Sharks in 6 games. They will face either the Calgary Flames or Dallas Stars in the second round. The second round will obviously not be easy. This is the Stanley Cup playoffs. It's supposed to be a challenge, and it's going to be one hell of a challenge for the Oilers no matter who they face. A Battle of Alberta, I think, is what most people want, but even if Dallas takes down Calgary tomorrow in Game 7, the Dallas Stars will also prove to be a hell of a challenge for the Oilers. So round 2, we can't wait to get started. My good buddy Mike will be back, and we'll do a round 2 preview, a little round 1 wrap-up for you guys before round 2 kicks off, so have to wait and see who the Oilers will face. But for now, the Oilers just get to soak this up. An amazing performance. They deserve this victory tonight. They got the job done. Outshoot the Kings, outwork the Kings, outplay the Kings, and ultimately defeat the Los Angeles Kings tonight. But like I said earlier, the Kings have a lot to be proud of. They gave the Oilers all they could handle. This LA Kings team is going to be very dangerous in the years to come. Keep your eye on them. They're only going to get better. Led by Anze Kopitar, Philip Deneau. Jonathan Quick has shown that he's far from done. So congrats to LA Kings and their fans. You gave the Oilers all they could handle. I know we've had a few Kings fans following along on the channel in this series. And you know what? I underestimated the Kings a bit in my preview. I thought the Oilers could take them down a bit easier than they did. The Oilers ultimately do prevail, but the LA Kings, they gave them a hell of a challenge. And this was a very hard-fought series. People from the outside looking in on this series probably think the Oilers should have had this in 4 or 5 games. I predicted, like I said, the Oilers would take it in 5. But the Kings, you know what? They showed up to play, and they could have very easily taken the series. They were up 3-2, but the Oilers showed that they are the better team overall when it really matters most. They took Game 6, took Game 7, played their 2 best games of the series, and they ultimately win it tonight. So congrats, boys. As an Oilers fan, really proud of you. Sticking together, getting the job done. And Connor McDavid, our captain, being our captain. He led the way in Game 6 and 7, and can't wait to see what him and the entire team can do in round 2 when they face either the Calgary Flames or Dallas Stars. Also want to give a special congratulations to Brett Kulak. He raced home after Game 6 to be with his pregnant wife. She gave birth to their daughter. So congrats to Brett and his family. They get to enjoy a Game 7 victory tonight, and let's keep the good times rolling. But yeah, overall, guys, Mike Smith, shutout. One hell of a series for him. Connor McDavid comes through huge tonight. A goal and assist. He could have had more. Leon Draisaitl, clearly hurt, in pain, comes in, gets the job done for the Oilers. What a gutsy performance from him tonight. I think that's all for me, guys. Jubilation in Oil Country. We are on to the second round. Looks like we'll probably be starting Tuesday or Wednesday next week, but nothing official yet. Let me know what you guys thought of the game in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan. Enjoy this victory, guys. I'll see you for round 2 and more Oilers coverage. Take care, guys. See you soon.